You broke, then work it out. Bitch, I boss a lot. What the fuck you talking about? Yeah, I'm balling out. Go catch me a date. Pull up in your state. Might fuck on your bae. Little bitch, you talk a lot. You must be salty now. Oh, what you mad about? These hoes so worried now. My bad bitch is headed to the check. Time to run it up. Swear, bitch, you show 'em no respect. She don't know enough. I'ma get this money, you can bet. I can't fold it up. Show me all them hundreds that you got. Watch me double up. Bad bitch, you know I'm worth it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In the foreign hoe, it came with curtains.
Ready?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I guess I'm as ready as I can be. What's up? It's your girl, Mafia Doll, Brittany Inc. with your weekly dose of doll survival guide. Your fairy godmother is here.
Hey.
Your fairy doll mother
Yes.
is here along with your girl, Miss Lovey.
I spit.
Yes.
Change
Lovey
it
is just part of the show, you guys,
I don't
every
need to be.
week. No, I love it. I don't know
Okay.
about anybody else, but I mean, I love having you here. I
I
couldn't
just don't want
imagine
people to think I'm
anyone
like
else.
P. Diddy, like, you know how Diddy's in all the videos?
Fuck
It's
it.
like,
I'll
I be in
take a
all the
Diddy.
shows,
I
bitch.
just do me right, Diddy. Just do me right. That's all I ask. Make sure when the checks roll out, we all right.
We all good.
we all
all right.
Because everybody who started off with Diddy back in the day be like, you know, Diddy kind of hugged me on that motherfucking paycheck on that
Right.
video. But you
Right.
know, I mean, he was just throwing it high.
Yeah,
Fuck that. Fuck that. We gonna be fair.
always.
This is sisterhood. So I just
Definitely.
love it. I love the
Yes.
way we fix each other's crown. It's all what Mafia dolls represent. And I'm just feeling it. Now, how are you doing with this whole like we out of retrograde and you know
Are we? I thought it was the 27th. I could be wrong completely.
we've
though.
been out of retrograde and then we started something else.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I don't know about you, but I've really been like really off balance and trying to find a centering point for me. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you. I like the fall,
I love the fall.
right?
Houston, unfortunately, doesn't really have like seasons per se.
Okay, let's talk about this year. Let's not talk about all the rest of the
years of the history of the city.
Yes, let's not talk about previous years. Don't be bringing up old shit.
Mm.
Just like men like to
My
say, you know how men are. You can have an argument and 10 minutes later they be like, "That's old shit." So let's talk about this year. How have you been dealing with it? Because I feel like we got a little fall coming with the little cute days. We done had some consecutive cute days.
We have had some consecutive cute days,
Okay.
but I'm just waiting to see what this winter is going to look like.
Cold as hell. We just had a winter storm. You don't think it's gonna get colder this winter?
See, winter is supposed to happen in like
The
November,
winter fucked me
December.
up. That's how I got a boo.
Out here, it's like February. You stupid. I just February, March. Then winter want to
Yes.
kick in.
This shit
That's
ass
really
cold.
should be spring.
Not really. If you go to New
Yeah.
York and Virginia, the East Coast, it's still snowing.
Not in March.
Yes, in March. It still be snowing,
I used to live
nigga.
out there, and I didn't have no March snow. It was like definitely.
We don't get snow in March. You're over exaggerating.
I'm talking about.
But like normal people, we get snow in February. And that was abnormal.
Exactly.
We had climate control happening.
Right.
Look at New York. They had floods. They had risks.
Earthquake. I heard an earthquake too somewhere weird, like random earthquake somewhere. They had no business. The earth had no business quaking there.
Shifty.
You're right. Had no business shaking the
It
earth
was
in
just
that
like,
area.
fuck this shit. I'm just going to break away.
Fuck it. Fuck America. Doing my
We're an
own
island
thing.
now. We're a
Right.
real island. I mean, New York is an island.
It
I mean,
is.
you have to understand, like, the world
What's a
did
peninsula?
start. Here we go.
Sorry.
I'm
Never
not
mind.
your geographic teacher. Let's go there.
Shot.
Was I good in geography?
Right.
We're not even going there. But all I'm saying is the world started together. And now we have,
Pangea.
now we have all these beautiful islands.
Mhm.
Cheers.
You don't want a shot?
I mean,
I gave you a shot
it is
cup.
definitely a Monday. I feel
Mhm.
like we should be, yeah, like the football players and shit. Feel it in your chest.
Hold it steady, sis.
I'm gonna hold it
Don't
steady.
let
Now,
it drip, drop,
we
drip.
have Casa Amigas in the house, and this is just a normal Monday. I don't
It
know
really
what type of
is.
show she's trying to have.
I do this every
But-
night in retrospect. And I don't, I have to think about, I want better for my
A
friends.
drink a day
Judge me not.
keeps the spirits away.
Are the spirits today. Cheers.
Cheers. Now we just made that up. Don't start saying that. Well, it might be a thing.
Look at this.
Woo!
How
Now-
about that?
Oh my Jesus.
Mhm.
On to tonight's topic. What we talking about?
The fucking swan.
Fucking swan.
Yes.
Fucking swan.
Yeah, the
I
way she
mean-
said it, it's so cute. Fucking swan.
Yeah, I'm the fucking swan here.
Okay.
Now, I did not want to be on some like, I found myself, or finding me, or I don't know, hide and seek. I wanted something different. So I feel like everybody is familiar with the story of the ugly duckling turned swan.
Well, tell it for the international people that may not know. Let them know. Tell the story.
I
Britt,
feel
Britt.
like every culture has a ugly duckling and swan story. It might not be the same same people, but it's definitely a story out there. But let me tell you,
Tell 'em.
it was this cute little ducky. Okay. Okay. Now, it never specified if it was really one of the ducks babies, but he ended up going with this duck family, and he looked awkward and weird compared to the other ducks, and they treated him differently. Now, I'm old now. Am I not telling the story right?
It sounds okay to me for so far.
Okay. Now, so the little ducky, I feel like I was the black sheep of the family.
Okay.
So I could really relate to this childhood story because I felt like I didn't fit in. I was awkward. I'm little. I'm only 5 feet even. Can you imagine just your whole life little? It's just,
Like how
it's
Richard
always the
feel?
end. It's the ass end of everyone's joke.
Ass.
Yeah, the ass end of everyone's joke. Like everyone's laughing at you, right? So little ducky, okay? Now, years later, he grows into a fucking swan,
Okay.
which is amazing because he gets reunited with his family and all this. And, he realized like, oh, I was really different and I wasn't supposed to fit in because, bitch, what? I'm better than a fucking duck. I'm a swan. And swans are like gorgeous, mystical creatures, fairy tale babies, happy moments. Swans, right?
White. Right.
Purity.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
It's like one of those stories that's like a colorist, like where they
Black and white.
yes, they
Now
make
you
you
making
feel.
it racist.
I didn't mean to. You're the
Ebony
one.
and Ivory.
You were talking black
Ebony
sheep and
and
white
Ivory.
swan, so it's like.
I mean,
And
yeah.
I know not the ideal, but the fact that all through life, like we were programmed with these stories, not even realizing we were being systematically.
Disney fucked us up. Fairy tales fucked
Fucking
us up.
Disney.
All the fairy tales. Because they made us feel like it was the staple for how life was supposed to be,
At
right?
the very least, relationships.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a hopeless romantic because goddamn Cinderella
Okay.
and Sleeping Beauty,
Beauty
they
and the
told
Beast,
me
right.
that my man is riding in on the horse saving me.
Okay.
And reality is all these niggas ain't shit.
More like Fiona. You gotta save your motherfucking self.
Shrek.
Right. You gotta settle for being an ogre, bitch.
You gotta find your fucking Shrek out here. You gotta let that nigga know early. I was a monster. Okay. I like your monster if you like my monster.
Right. Let our monsters meet.
Let them meet.
You stupid.
We gonna work this thing out. You might enjoy it, okay? You looking for something that a little bit out your league. We gonna find out right here if this gonna work for us, okay?
Okay. Right immediately.
Immediately. Now, this episode is called Fucking Swan because, I am the swan. But I can relate to this story because, of course, I felt like the black sheep. And I feel like everyone who feels like the black sheep becomes like the now later. Like, they really make some out of themselves, you know? I don't know if it's because we have a point to prove. I don't know, for ourselves or just society. But I really feel like sometimes it's kind of cool to be the in the shadows, if that makes sense.
I lurk in the shadows.
I lurk in the shadows. Are we robbing people now?
Possibly.
Possibly.
Robbing them of their
bag.
right.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I like lurking in the shadows. Sound like a creep.
I know. I didn't mean to be a creep.
Stalker. Oh my
That's
gosh.
the second time you've called me a creep today. Just so you know.
Oh my gosh. Now you're bringing personal business up.
I'm just saying. Because I've never been.
Let me tell you something. I totally got into it with someone that's an ex-friend because
I don't want to be an ex-friend.
No, it's never great to be an ex-friend, but I feel like we have great open communication, so I think we're fine. But we were playing cards, okay? Uno at best.
Oh, Lord.
And my fucking brother is a fucking cheater.
Oh my God.
Okay,
how you cheated?
Uno, bitch. He will hit your ass with a draw 5, draw 10, bitch, draw the whole deck, okay, to make himself win. But all I'm saying is, definitely. And she was even more fucking childish for agreeing with his cheating ass, okay?
She didn't have your back.
She did not have my back.
And so y'all fell out?
That's cool. You ain't got to have my back. We on opposite fucking teams. But, bitch, you not going to play me as if I'm a drunk and don't know what I just threw out to win the fucking game.
Right.
But, okay, since the drinks are flowing and my brother is agreeing with you because he's a fucking, you know... Cheater. He's a cheater, and this is his house. Right. Okay, but bitch, I don't trust you, and I damn sure don't trust you. And this how took that I don't trust you to a whole nother level.
She applied it to the friendship?
She applied it to the fucking friendship, and I was looking at this how like, bitch, you got a key to shit. I fuck with you every day. Like, I don't even play them games. Like, if I don't like you, I just don't like you. So, but since you want to bring the two instances into one, girl, I had to leave that house standing by herself. You know how I couldn't. I used to like women, and let me tell you something. I quickly realized I'm not for the drama.
Not emotionally, anyway.
Right, because you know what? That's why same sex have the most domestic violence. For real. If I feel like we the same, I'm gonna put my hands on you.
Because you know that's what's needed.
That's what's needed. Because I'm gonna whoop your ass like your mama should have.
Oh no.
Yes.
Mama.
Your mammy. Not your mama, your mammy should have whooped your ass.
Should have brought her into it. Jeez.
Leave all parents and kids out of the fight.
Jeez.
I mean, I'm not down for the kids, but your mammy going. Because she should have did a better version of what the fuck she taught you. Because I'm just saying sometimes you need a little
smack right. Right.
Yeah. That's all.
I call it a getting together. You got to get folk together every now and again.
Yeah, fucking get it together. Now, with that getting it together, I made sure I had to get my shit together because I didn't know I had the sauce.
Okay. So, having the sauce is basically like the same as being the fucking SWAN. What did he do?
Hell fucking yeah.
Okay.
But, I mean, you got to know what's inside of you too. And I think the big point of the ugly duckling and the swan is basically the swan didn't know what was inside of him the whole time. I think a lot of us are like waiting for that aha moment to realize really who we are and what we capable of.
Okay.
And I think a lot of times we be so fearful and so scared because we do be in the shadows. We do be hiding, you know, that we don't even realize like, wait, you it. Like, yeah, your neck is a little longer than others. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your beak might be a little bit longer than others. Your you know, your wings a little different. But I mean, this is a society now where we crave on really being different. Like, we are thriving on, I don't want to be like her. Oh, they bite my style, so I got to switch it up. Like, how many people have you came across where they don't take it as a form of flattery that someone is copying them?
Me, I'm people.
What the fuck?
Sorry. But, like, for example, I might be like, okay, we're gonna start doing radio shows live.
If you
know,
want to
at
get in my
actual
video,
events.
you have to go to We Love to Jam on Facebook, and then we can video you in.
Yes, or they can go to YouTube.
Or go on YouTube. Tell them that directions.
Yes,
Miss
you can
Lovey.
go to YouTube and type in the Dolls Survival Guide, and it will fucking pull up live because we are that live. Or you can go to the Love the Number 2 Jam Facebook page where we're live. Or you can go to Twitter.
slash.
You can go to Twitter, and we are on the We Love to Jam Twitter page. It's just a lot. Twitter's the new one.
Let me tell you something. I kind of miss that whole Twitter era. Like, I don't fucking know how to work Twitter. I feel like I need a Twitter tutorial or something. And it's always the fucking kids that know how to, like, keep up with fucking Twitter. I don't know how to use Twitter. I have an account. I've been having an account for years. Don't know what to do with it.
Oh, man.
I know. You got to teach me.
Teach me how to tweet.
I told y'all I felt like I was the black sheep. Right.
We were talking about something before we leaned off into talking about Twitters and such and how people can video in. I forgot where. Oh, swanning and having it in you.
And having it in you. You got to know, like, it's okay to be a little different. I think, you know, if I was a kid and I had that prep talk at school, like someone came in that was fly as fuck. Cause I'm gonna be real with you. I'm a hairstylist and model and slash. But I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm everything that I idolize. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you are what you love.
I am exactly what I love. Like, I went to the beauty shop every week. I got my hair done. I thought them bitches was fly as hell. Like, literally, they had the brand new cars. You know, they were fresh in fashion. They stayed with the ladies. All the gossip, all the drama.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoyed, like, sitting at the salon all day. Now, in hindsight, I didn't know that really is tiresome, and that's why them heifers be looking crazy. And I be like, well, why Miss Geneva ain't comb her hair? Or why Miss Jackie ain't do her hair? Or, you know, you understand, oh, well, why they eating? Why they doing a service? Why she didn't left so-and-so under the dryer? Now, it makes sense, because I be like, you want to get up under this dryer? You hungry? What we doing? Like, it is definitely everything I fantasize as a kid. I am living, okay? Now, the thing about, you know, I think we talked about influences not too long ago and knowing you're an influencer, but you have to know, like, what influences you? What catches your attention? Like, what are you even striving for? I think a lot of people can't be a fucking swan because, you know, you can be great at 100 million things. I'm not telling you. I think Black people are like the dominant for being multifaceted. So, you know, I'm not telling anyone that you can't do 50 million things, but I think we get so disappointed when two of those things don't work out immediately for us that we kind of let those moments define who we are. So, you know, when you have the sauce, it's kind of like when you listen to a lot of people who are famous, they're like, I didn't have a backup plan. I didn't have, you know, I just kind of went for it and knew I was gonna be it. It was me. Like, forget everybody else. You know,
But
I really had to have that connection with myself. And for me, you know, I had to draw the connection into, like, really doing some self-evaluation. Like, I had to figure out I was lacking spiritually. Like, I had a spiritual deficit I had to really come into focus with, because I was looking for outside influences to medicate me when really I had to find healthy ways to kind of balance the whole situation.
How do you suggest the dolls
balance
that? Because hold on, before we even get into that, I will say this: there are some ugly ducklings out there that will never reach swanness.
Okay,
And
I can't help if now the ugliest. Let me tell you something.
Because let's not pretend.
Let me tell you something.
It's not
we
some
are
uglies.
not talking about physical attraction, because
No.
even the ugliest person can throw on some makeup and catfish a motherfucker, okay?
Facts.
And really get a paycheck. So when you really get into the money, you can really be a monster. You know, fuck a ugly duckling. You know, that can really be a monster just covering up. Like, if you ugly, you ugly. We not even gonna call it an ugly duckling. We just gonna call you you know, a monster. I hate that's such a strong word. But I feel like it characterizes exactly what you're trying to, you know, put fear into people. When you're ugly to people and you just have an ugly attitude, I think that just like you want to be feared. You want to be a monster. You want to be nasty. And if you want to be nasty, I'm going to call you a freaking monster. You monster.
Monster face ass little bitch.
I know, maybe that will help you, because I'm a real firm believer that if you transform on the inside, your outside would reflect it.
Like that movie Shallow Hal.
Yeah, it's like Shallow Hal.
I love that movie.
Oh my gosh. I'm a white collar comedy person anyway. And
what the fuck is white collar comedy, first of all?
Fucking Drew Carey, Nacho Libre, fucking Napoleon Dynamite.
Right.
I think that's all white.
I love how you call it white collar.
Yeah, white collar comedy. Okay, who is this Facebook user? A lot of folks have tunnel vision, only see the money. Some are just in the moment without a strategy. Exactly. If you are only living in the moment and not living long term, because life is a fucking marathon, people. Like, every day you wake up, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I used to be depressed, okay? And I battled depression, anxiety, and as the older I got and really sought help, because, you know, I'm not putting down any mental health. Okay, I'm not saying that if you feel alone, if you feel, you know, depressed or anything like that, I'm not trying to downplay that. All I'm saying is, for me, I had to figure out that when I tried to take my life, I woke back up.
Right.
It was still another day. Like, the problems I was trying to escape, I was still here from. Because I'm going to keep it real with you. I tried suicide 2 days in a row. Because, you know, when you are in a space to where the weight of the world is on you, and I think when you young people really don't realize, like, it's life after your 20s. Mm-hmm. It's life after your teens. And you really have a choice after you are no longer under another adult's influence to make your own choices. So I think it's a lot of reprogramming along the way of growing and maturing, and life experiences that we have to experience and know, like, it's life beyond this. You know how they say is, you know, the second coming, or you have to die and be reborn. You know, I don't want to always revert to the Bible, but, you know, I was raised in the church, and you really have to take the word based off of how you feel. So when I was on my spiritual journey, because of course, you know, I'm like, okay, well, you know, I'm really big into God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit, and I feel like my whole life is, I came on this earth and it's hell.
Right.
And as a kid, you know, you just feel like you're supposed to be protected, and you're not supposed to go through anything. But then you realize, like, life can really be harsh, and maybe hell is here on earth. So I went searching spiritually for something to fulfill me. And it all led back to, look, it's all about you and your perception of how you see your life. Right. If you feel bad today, you're gonna feel bad today. Right. If you tell yourself whatever you believe to be true, that's gonna be what your reality is. So I had to figure out that, okay, I did this. I can't run away. The bitch is, I feel like I'm the ass in everyone's joke. I feel like this, but I'm holding everyone accountable for something that I'm in my 20s that I should be doing for myself. Like, who is making these ultimate decisions for me? I'm worried about your judgment. You know, all those mindsets that I had as a kid, you know, of trying to be a perfectionist. I had to be an honor roll student. I couldn't bring home anything less than a B. I could, you know, it was all those things, you know, that was weighing on me that I took into adulthood that I never dropped the fuck off at the dumpster.
Right.
And, you know, as an adult, we have to really be honest with ourselves and really do some soul searching. And that comes with, you know, meditation. That comes with checking on yourself. You really have to check in and know where you are at the moment. And people you can't get that validation from people.
You think that's something that people especially do with social media being, you know, a cornerstone in so many people's lives? Because it's like that's where they damn near seek their validation.
Yes. Social media for me, it's almost like cyberbullying, you know, a little bit. And I feel like this. I said it not too many weeks ago. I don't think social media is for the weak. I think if you're going to really have a platform, you're going to really put your business out there, you really have to figure out you the fucking swan. Mm-hmm. You cannot let someone else dictate who you are and where you are in life, because we all got our own race. We all got our own path. We all make our own mistakes. And yeah, people are going to comment and going to have fucking opinions, but I'm going to keep it real with you. If that person isn't doing more than you, financially in a better place than you, financially making sound decisions, and you can, you know, see it for yourself and their life reflects healthy decisions being made, then no, we don't have shit to talk about. 9 times out of 10, the people that we are trying to impress are bad people. Or they don't even compare to what your capacity of life is. So you be thinking about this person at this level, you know, and I'm on an even level field, you guys. But you got to understand that as you grow, you at different fucking levels. I'm sorry. I believe in dropping you off at where I met you at. If I'm not at that level anymore, I cannot associate with you, because I've outgrown that relationship. I've outgrown that space. And I think people need to be okay knowing that it's okay to leave your tribe that you grew with. Because in order for the duck to find out he was a swan, he had to go be with swans. I can't be no fine ass swan over here with no ducks. That's duck shit. Quack, quack. We do not go together.
You think people get like comfortable being that odd person out? Like they get comfortable settling that role to where they don't evolve. They just accept, you know, the cruelty and the judgment and the, you know what I'm saying?
I should have let her finish, because people do get settled into where I'm okay with being weird, but I'm not going to speak up for myself. Because it's one thing for you to be weird. Like, I'm weird. I love being weird. Weird is close to change. I'm cool with that. But at the same time, I'm not going to let someone make me feel a certain type of way for me thinking differently or dressing differently, or I'm just going to vibe with who is for me. Because the thing about true authenticity, it doesn't matter who you are, how you dress, how you look. If people can relate to you, they're going to say, yeah, that motherfucker, you know, she put on pink hair and the crazy eyelashes, but you know what? She be saying some real shit and I can relate. So I don't think people necessarily have to feel like they need to change and not be different and not be weird, because you should. The key word that people need to understand is weird and change. You get what I'm saying? You want to be weird. You want to be on the new wave. You want to be on something different because that's what's going to keep you relevant. And you want to be relevant because when people stop talking about you, you a non-factor.
Right.
You don't want to be a non-factor, but you just make sure that the story that they're narrating, that they're telling, you got a handle on. And if you don't speak up for yourself, you don't have a handle on nothing.
True.
So people are just gonna what? Flabbergast their mouth because that's what people do. It is. Motherfuckers don't even have to know you and will run you a whole story down about someone. You get what I'm saying? Just to have something to talk about. So Peter, how we say that?
Silveroli.
Silveroli. Okay, is that your real last name? Silveroli?
Yeah, it is.
Is that Italian?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
He's Italian.
I'm on point with this.
Yes.
Vibes need
Thank
to
you
be
for tuning
on
in,
the
Peter.
same wavelength. Yes, vibes do need to be on the same wavelength. Like people, you really have to like team up with your tribe. You got to find a tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, with that being said, we are going to head into our break. Okay, and let you hear from our fellow artists and sponsors. Lovey, you got anything to say?
We'll be back.
We'll be back.